Bismillah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Today we'll continue again with chapter 21, the prophets. And within that chapter, as we saw, that the main reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bringing this chapter is to show us the role model. Your role model shouldn't be this singer, this actor, or this player, but your role model in life should be those prophets. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is highlighting in different stories, in different angles of every prophet. For example, he brought Prophet Ibrahim, he brought it so many qualities of what the believer should have. Then, for example, looking for the right belief, searching, they're looking for the truth. Number two, challenging the status quo. Number three, inviting others for the truth. Number four, believing in God and believing that God is the one who will deliver. That's why when they throw him in the hellfire, or in not the hellfire, but in just a regular fire, they just made a huge fire and throw him in it. What happened? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have saved. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have said to this fire, Ya nar kuni barda wa salaman ala Ibrahim. Oh fire, be peace and cool on Ibrahim. Change the physics for Ibrahim alayhi salam. Then we moved to the story of Lot, the one who he was calling people against. Don't commit acts which Allah hates. They were committing homosexuality. And everybody knows what was the end result. That the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah and happened at the time of Lot. And Lot was saved. Because Allah will save all the time His prophets, His messengers. That's something which is, which is evident and something which will happen all the time. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought us the story of Prophet Solomon and Prophet David. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was teaching us the wisdom about how to solve problems. You have to have wisdom in solving problems. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned all of these prophets. Allah is highlighting different angles of the traits a believer should have. Then He brought another one with Prophet Job, and how Prophet Job was patient, and how he was asking God for relief, to give him a relief from the suffering, from the disease he has, from the loss of money, from the loss of offspring, from even the seclusion, loneliness. His people, because he had skin disease, people couldn't even come close to him. And some reports are saying that he was smelling bad, so they had to let him out of the go out. They had to live out of the town. Everything happened against, but again, what it was he was so patient. That's what he's one of the highest examples of patience is Prophet Ayub or Prophet Job. But he said to Allah, it's just God, the calamities, harm have just touched me, and he asked God to please. He didn't even say take it away. He said, you are the most merciful. Because he knows Allah knows in his heart. Allah knows what he's suffering. Allah knows what he was going through. And this is very important to understand, that call upon Allah all the time. Don't be desperate. Don't have despair. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then mentioned that Prophet Ismail, Prophet Idris, and Dhul-Kifl were very highest examples of patience. And this is another quality. A lot of, in our time right now, everybody wants, I want it right now. Now. A lot of things happen. A lot of fights, a lot of calamities happen because people cannot wait. You see in a traffic stop or wherever, people cannot wait. They honk at each other. Sometimes it come to road rage accidents. People come and kill each other because of patience. Sometimes you see people on a line, somebody takes somebody else position on the line, and then they start a fight. Patience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, and all of those we have encompassed them with our mercy. All these prophets. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning one of the prophet who went through even harder, something unimaginable. He went inside the belly of a whale. Prophet Jonah. Prophet Jonah, he was supposed to continue and stay with his people until the punishment, or for 3 days, but he left. He thought, he made the deduction, he made the conclusion that these people will not go on to believe, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't like. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't know the future. We don't know what will happen. So we have to be patient, do whatever we can in our hand until the last second, the last minute. And his people became believers after that, after he left. And that's why the judgment, the punishment never came to them. But the Prophet Jonah, he left them and he went traveling out of the town. He was on a ship and there's a wind came. They had to get somebody. They have to get weight out of the off of the ship. They made a raffle. He was the one who was chosen. Allah, so a whale, at the second he was thrown into the sea, a whale Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has the control, the keyboard to control everything, even the whale. He comes at a specific second, a specific time to open his mouth and to swallow Prophet Jonah. So Prophet Jonah had a hard time. It was they call it 3 darkness. The first darkness was at night. The second darkness, he was inside the belly of a whale. The third darkness, he was deep, deep, deep inside the sea. Dark. What did he fight, Prophet Jonah? Only one thing. Allah. He knew that nobody can hear him. Nobody can hear him. No help, no rescue, no 911. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He hears him. And that's why he calls upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he said, لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. Oh Allah, there is only one God worthy of worshipping, which is you, Allah. Glory, perfectness be to you, Allah. I was among those who committed injustice against myself. What is that injustice? But just leaving the people. He was supposed to continue giving them da'wah, calling them for Allah. By being he had a little bit despair, and he left. And this is what it is when all the reasons. I mean, who's going to save somebody inside a whale, in the belly of a whale? Can we? Nobody. When you are in this under the rubble, when you that's why we don't need. Nobody is supposed to commit injustice. So only Allah saved him. Only Allah, He gave him the help he needed in that situation. Only Allah delivered him, and He made everything again possible. He has the keyboard, He has the controller for everything. The whale came out. to the almost to the shore, and he Sayyidina Jonah, Yunus alayhi salam, he was kicked out of the whale's mouth, of the whale's belly. He was out on the shore. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put another tree, nutritionist, which has nutrients for him. Squash, they call it a squash. It was a squash tree. Give him nutrients. Because he, after 3 days inside, no food, no eat, nothing, until he ate and he gained his strength. And he realized what happened. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to teach us lessons. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we have to pay heed to the lessons. Take it and try, sincerely follow the guidance of these prophets. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, فَاسْتَجَبْنَا لَهُ. Indeed, we answered his call. So, brothers and sisters, never have despair that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not want to answer your call. فَاسْتَجَبْنَا لَهُ, we answered his call. وَنَجَّيْنَاهُ مِنَ الْغَمِّ, and we saved him from sadness. We saved him from that tough situation. وَكَذَلِكَ نُنَجِّي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And this is how we save believers. So this example was for all the believers. Allah will save any believer who has believed the right belief, that there's only one God worthy of worshipping, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the last prophet. That's it. If you have that, regardless, you do your duties, you have a clean heart, Allah will save you from the calamities, from the difficulties of this life, and He will save you in the hereafter, and He give you the biggest success, which is the paradise. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين.